In this video, a band of Bantha-led Tuskan Raiders, joined by a pair of Dark Hellion Marauders on Swoop Bikes, ambush General Veers and his squad of stormtroopers as they prepare to move a shipment of precious Beskar metal from their Imperial bunker into a waiting AT-ST. Yes, we are playing a modified version of Star Wars miniatures by Wizards of the Coast. The backstory for this scenario is kind of interesting. General Veers is here removing a shipment of Beskar metal from this bunker on Tatooine with the support of his stormtroopers. The Empire has sent over an AT-ST walker to pick up the precious metals and to bring it back to the ship so that it can be removed from this system. What the Empire doesn't know, however, is that information of this shipment has made its way out to some disreputable people in the Fringe. In particular, we have these two Dark Hellion Marauders who have picked up this information in Mos Eisley and who have gathered up a group of sand people in order to join them in an ambush of the Empire in order, hopefully, to be able to steal the Beskar. So early in the morning, before the light of dawn, the Marauders and Sand People have taken their hidden positions waiting for the Beskar to be removed from the bunker. As the first rays of the morning hit the rocks around them, they hear the clunky noise of the metal of the AT-ST as it comes closer to the bunker. Moments later, General Veers comes out of the bunker, flanked by stormtrooper after stormtrooper with the shipment of Beskar there. The ambush has begun. With that narrative complete now, we can go ahead and show you the setup, the deployment, the different troops involved in this scenario. For the Empire now, we have General Veers here right in the center, and he is surrounded by various stormtroopers. We have a total of 8 normal stormtroopers, but in addition to them, we have 2 heavy stormtroopers here, one on each side, and on top of the roof, in this position, we have a shock trooper with some pretty powerful weaponry there. And of course, included in this group is our AT-ST. Surrounding the Empire and leading off the ambush now, we have our Fringe warriors. Here we have 3 sand people hidden behind this rock. Over here now in waiting, we have 2 Banthas with their riders on top. Over this direction, we have a sniper hidden behind this rock. Over here in this rock outcropping, we have 2 more snipers and a Bantha and a rider behind them. If we swing over here to the other side, we have an additional 2 sand people here hidden behind this rock. We have another Bantha here with a long-range weapon possibilities there. And back here, finally, we have our 2 Dark Hellion Marauders on their bikes. The rules for this scenario are pretty simple. We have all of the Fringe members who are going to be running into the center here to try and steal the Beskar. The Empire will be trying to protect the Beskar metal. If the Fringe is able to get it and to get off the board edge, they win. But most likely this is going to turn into a massive fight where we're just going to end up having the last man standing wins the Beskar. Because General Veers and the Empire have no inclination of the coming ambush, we will give initiative in the first round to the Fringe. For our first 2 activations, let's just charge those Banthas at that AT-ST. Alerted to the ambush now, the AT-ST is going to spin around and try to take some shots off on those charging Banthas. First shot at the closest Bantha, we need a 10+. And it's a 13. 13 is a hit, doing a massive 40 points of damage. We're going to swivel now and take a shot, our second attack, onto the other rider. Also needing a 10. And it's a 17. Another hit. 40 points to that other Bantha rider, bringing it down to 50. And because of mobile attack, we can now move after we have attacked, so we're going to back up a little bit and protect the Beskar. Second activation, we're going to have this shock trooper here turn and take a shot off onto that Bantha rider. Shock trooper is shooting missiles now, requiring a save of 11 by the Bantha. And it's a 10, so they fail, taking 30 points of damage. And that drops that Bantha down to a dangerously low 20 hit points. Next off for the activation for the fringe, let's go ahead and just run this guy in. We're not going to even try to shoot. We're just going to try to get him into the battlefield. Same thing with the Bantha hidden over on this side. Empire activation. Let's have this heavy trooper here take a shot off onto this Bantha. A 12 plus to hit and to take that Bantha out of commission. And it's an 18! So 30 points of damage, bringing that Bantha down to 0 and taking him out of battle. Second activation. Let's have this heavy trooper turn and take a shot off on that Bantha. Also a 12 plus to hit. And an 8, so it misses. Back to the fringe. Let's have the 2 Tuskan Raiders snipers up here. Both of them take a shot onto this guy right here. They have a +4 because they haven't moved, so they need to roll a 7 plus to hit. Let's start with one of them. And it's a 14, so that is a hit, causing 20 points of damage, but damage reduction 10, so 10 total. Second shot. A 19, so 20 points total of damage onto the ATST. Quite a strong vehicle, though. Still 100 points left. Empire activation. Let's start with this stormtrooper here. Put him on this rock and take a shot. Needing a 14 to hit. A 7, it misses. Second activation. Let's have this stormtrooper right here in the corner take off a long shot onto this same Bantha. Also needing to show a 14 plus 17 hit. 10 more damage, dropping that one down to 40. Coming back fringe, Tuskan Raider sniper onto the ATST. 7 plus. And it's a 10, so 10 more points of damage. So slowly chipping away at the ATST. Next, let's have one of our sand people over in this corner run out 12 inches. Empire troopers on the roof are going to turn and take some shots off on the Banthas below. First trooper right here down onto that Bantha charging in. Needing a 14 here. And it's a 20 critical hit, so double the damage, 20 points of damage onto that Bantha. Let's spin another guy around and have him take a shot as well onto the Bantha. And it's getting a little cumbersome there with all these big markers. I'm going to switch out those red glass markers to little blue markers instead. 14 to hit. 9, so that one misses. Back to the fringe, we're going to charge in these guys. Back to the Empire now. Let's take this guy and we'll run him just right here and take a shot off onto that Tuskan Raider. Needing a 9 to hit, 7 miss. Second activation, let's have this guy run over to this wall and get some cover. And we'll have him shoot from here over onto this Bantha right over there. Needing a 14, and it's a 13 miss. Final 2 Tuskan Raiders, let's activate these guys and run them up to this wall for some cover. Final 2 activations for the Empire. Let's have this Stormtrooper on the roof take a shot over on this Bantha Raider. 14 to hit. 18! 10 more points of damage. That brings him down to 30 hit points. General Veers is going to join his soldiers over here behind this wall. Take a shot off on this Bantha who has cover. Yes, he's going to take a shot off on this Bantha. Because of his commander effect, they can shoot at whoever they want. Usually needing a 12, but because of cover, a 16. 11 and misses. For our final fringe activations, let's get our Marauders over here, and we'll send them up here on the sides and see if we can get some shots off on those Stormtroopers. They don't have enough powerful weapons to be able to hurt the ATST, but they can take off some of those Stormtroopers for sure. And taking a shot off onto this guy right here on the corner. Needing to show an 11 here. And it is 7, a miss. Final position there, we're going to take a shot from here up onto this guy right here, but he has cover, so we would be hitting an 11. Now we need a 15. 7, it's a miss. And with that, we come to the conclusion of round 1 of combat. Let's see how things are looking at this point. So far, the Empire has been pretty strong. They've taken some damage on their AT-ST, but other than that, they are really doing quite well. The Sand People, on the other hand, have taken a lot more damage. They've lost a Bantha already. One of their Banthas over here is extremely hurt. But despite that, they are beginning to move up. They've got a lot of good sniper fire over here that they can use in the next round. It's still looking okay for them, even though they have taken quite a bit of damage. This, of course, is going to be a crucial initiative roll, so let's go ahead and roll it off. Empire with the blue dice and the Fringe with the green. Here we go. And it's a 20 to the Empire. A fortuitous roll for the Empire because now we're going to use our AT-ST again. Let's have this thing back up a little bit more and get in front of the Beskar right there. And we will go ahead and now take a shot off onto that Bantha. All right, needing a 10 plus for the kill. And it's a 13, so that Bantha will take 40 points of damage, enough to take it out of commission. And now because that thing has moved, it is unable to take its second attack, so it will stay right there. Second activation, we're going to have him crawl over here, our shock trooper, right over to the edge, and take a shot off onto that Bantha right here. Missiles here, a save of 11 for them to avoid it. 14, so they are able to jump out of the way as the missiles fly down and explode around them. Fringe coming back now. Let's start by moving this guy up 6 inches right here, and he is going to take a shot off onto the AT-ST. Needing a 9 plus, and it's an 18, so 20 points of damage, but damage reduction reduces it down to 10. Same thing on the other side with this Bantha. Hitting on a 9. And it's a 10, another 10 points of damage. And that brings our AT-ST now down to 70 points of hit points left. Empire Heavy Trooper here is going to come back and shoot at this Bantha. Needing to show a 12 plus. And it's an 18, 30 points of damage onto that Bantha. And that will drop him down to 50 hit points now. Back on the other side, we're going to have this Heavy Trooper also fire at the Bantha. 12 plus. And another 18, so another 30 points of damage. Dropping that Bantha down to 40 hit points. Fringe turn, let's activate our 2 snipers here and have them take shots on our AT-ST. Hitting on 7 plus. There's a 16 for one. And a 6 for the other one, so 10 points of damage goes through. Empire activations, let's activate the 2 stormtroopers next to General Veers. And we'll have both of them take a shot off onto this Bantha right here. Not great proficiency, so hitting on 14s. A 9 and an 18, so 1 goes through, 10 points of damage. Back to the Fringe, let's activate our speeder bike there and get him into combat with that heavy stormtrooper. They are doing way too much damage. Hitting on an 11 plus. And it's a 6, so he's going to miss. On the other side, we'll have our Marauder come across this wall, spin around in the air, and take a shot off onto that shock trooper. 11 plus. Yes, it's an 11, so that drops him down to 10 hit points. In response to that, we'll have each of these stormtroopers on the side of the shock trooper take shots off onto that speeder. Hitting on 10s. First one's a 4, that's a miss. Second one is a 3, 2 misses. Right over the top of the Marauder. He is just way too quick and nimble. Tuskan Raiders are going to activate this sniper here and take a shot back on the AT-ST. Without moving, so we're hitting on a 7 plus. 13! 10 more points of damage. Second activation, let's have him run over here to this rock and tie up this stormtrooper so that the stormtrooper cannot get in there and stop the Bantha's charge. Taking a swing at the stormtrooper's legs, hitting on an 11 plus. 12! 10 points of damage, enough to kill the stormtrooper. First blood for the Empire. Empire, let's move a stormtrooper to the wall and take a shot on that Bantha. Needing a 14. And it's a 12, so that flies over the top of the Bantha as well. Let's have General Veers here also attack the same Bantha. 12 plus. And it's an 18, so 10 more points of damage. Bantha's looking rough with 20 hit points left. All right, over here to these Tuskan Raiders, and it looks like, no, they are going to be unable to get to him with 6 inches in attack. So we're going to have them move their 12 inches instead, and we'll have them just charge right into this AT-ST. With their Mighty Swing special rule next turn, they have the possibility of doing 20 points of damage. Stormtrooper seeing this charge is going to turn around and fly into combat with the one on the left. Needing a 9. And it's a 16. 10 points of damage, dropping him down to 10 hit points. Final activation for Stormtroopers. The Empire, we're going to have this Stormtrooper run over here and take a shot off on that Bantha. Need a 14 here. 7. It's a miss. Final activation now for the Fringe. We have these two guys left, these two Tusken Raiders. They're not going to be able to get into combat in 6 inches. They're also going to be jumping over a wall, which is going to take away some of their movement. So let's move them 12 and try to get them into combat with this heavy Stormtrooper. And there's their final position, one in base-to-base contact, another fighting over the wall. So here's how things look at the end of round 2. Our AT-ST is taking a lot of damage, not much left. We still have 3 snipers over here just sitting back there enjoying their time taking pot shots. We got these Banthas charging in. This one's still got some decent hit points, but this one over here is looking pretty hurt. The speeders, the Marauders are flying around now, getting in there, and finally now our Sand People have got into base-to-base contact to do some of their powerful damage. First blood for the Empire. They lost a Stormtrooper. But they are still looking pretty strong. This is going to be an incredibly important initiative roll. Let's go ahead and do it. Empire blue, Fringe green. And it's going to be Empire 17-14. First activation, we are having our AT-ST. It's going to drop a grenade down here on this middle Tusken Raider here. And that means that the other two need to make saves as well to try and avoid that explosion. Grenade exploding right here, 11 plus save. And no, he misses it. 20 points of damage. That's enough to take him out. 11 save here. No, it's a 2, so he is gone as well. Over here on our Marauder, 11 save, 14, so he makes it. And an amazing attack by that AT-ST with the grenades taking out 2 Tusken Raiders. Next activation, let's have our Shock Trooper take a shot off, a missile shot off onto this guy, save of 11. 50-50 chance, a save of 11 plus. If he misses it, he is dead. And it's an 11, so he's able to make the save, avoiding the explosion and living another day. Our 2 snipers in the distance are again going to snipe, each of them taking a shot on the AT-ST. 7s, an 11, first one hits, second one, an 8, so 2 shots make their way through. Beautifully whittling away the hit points of the AT-ST, he is down to 30 now. Empire, let's turn this guy around here and have him charge into that sand person there and taking an attack. Needing a 9 plus, 17, 10 points of damage. Heavy Stormtrooper here also activating and taking an attack. He needs to hit on a 7. 12, that's enough to take him out. All right, this might be crazy, but I'm going to take this sand person and have him run and squeeze right through the center of these two to come into base-to-base contact with the AT-ST. However, each of them gets an attack of opportunity. 9 for the Stormtrooper. 13, there's 1 hit, and also a 6 for the other one. 14. Wow, too much damage. They're actually able to pick him off, so he is gone. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was a dumb move, but I really need to get into combat with that AT-ST. Let's do our second activation, and we'll have our sniper here take a shot on the AT-ST. Last one, needing a 7. And it's a 14, 10 more points of damage. We are getting so close to taking that AT-ST out. To protect the AT-ST, let's have our heavy trooper here attack that Marauder. Hitting on a 6. 7, yes, boom, explosion, and that guy's gone. Second activation, Stormtrooper onto the Bantha. We are hitting on a 14. Critical 1, miss. All right, Banthas, time to show us what you can do. This guy's going to be charging right over here, coming into contact with both that Stormtrooper and the Heavy Trooper. Okay, momentum gives us a +4 to attack and +10 to damage. So on a 9 plus, we are going to do 30 damage here and kill that Heavy Stormtrooper. Here we go, 9 plus 5. Second Bantha here, 6 inches is not going to get us in, so we can still move up as close as possible and charge in our next round. Flanking Veers here will have each of these Stormtroopers take a shot off onto the Marauder. Needing a 10. First one hits with a 16. Second one, critical 1, so 10 points of damage. Marauder will activate now, and he ignores low walls and things like that. He flies right over him. Going to come right here, settle himself behind this wall, getting him cover, taking a shot off on that Shock Trooper. Needing an 11 for the kill. 11! Yes, he got him! Second activation, let's go down this Tuskan Raider and see if he can charge into this heavy trooper. And yes, he is within 6 inches, so he will be able successfully to come in and to charge and to attack him. Needing an 11 plus to make it count. 14, so 10 points of damage to that heavy stormtrooper. All right, now is the time for the stormtroopers to make their push. We're going to have these 2 stormtroopers on the roof of the bunker. Each of them take a shot on this Bantha. If successful, both of them, they will take the Bantha out of commission. Needing to show 14s. 13, the first one misses. Second one, 7. So both shots miss. The Bantha is still charging in. All right, the Sand People have been so brutalized and they've lost so many of their numbers, they have nobody left. Let's go ahead now and activate the remaining of the Empire. And let's start here with General Veers and the Stormtrooper next to him, each of them taking a shot off onto that Bantha. General Veers needing a 12. 15, 10 points of damage, bringing that down to 10. Here we go, Stormtrooper. We need a 14 plus. If we do it, we kill the Bantha. Here we go. 10 misses. The Bantha's hanging on. Those misses bring us to the end of that round, and now we have to go and roll initiative. This could be the last round. This is getting extremely exciting. Let's see who begins this next round. And it's going to be the Empire, 17-3. No longer in combat. This ATST is going to swivel in place here. That does not count as movement. He hasn't actually moved, just swiveled. Taking a first attack off onto this Bantha. 10 plus. This is it. 15. So that Bantha is shot down, explodes from the fire from the ATST. 1 Bantha left. Second shot on the other Bantha, also a 10 plus. 10 exactly, 40 points of damage, bringing this Bantha down to 20 hit points. Sand People have to absolutely take out that ATST, so we're going to activate our Bantha and have him charge in with momentum. Okay, this is huge. We need a 5 plus, and that will give us 30 damage reduction of 10, 20, which is all we need to destroy the ATST. Can the Bantha charge him and take him out at his legs? Let's see, 5 plus, here we go. And it's a 7! Yes! He knocks him over. Boom! Explodes. ATST is taken out of commission. So that was absolutely a huge turn for the Tuskan Raiders. They have taken out the ATST, which is their transport for the Beskar. Now the only hope left for the Empire is to kill the remaining of the ambushers and to save their Beskar. Let's go ahead and activate our last one for this turn, the sniper. And he ignores cover when he shoots because of his special rules. And let's go ahead and shoot over at this heavy stormtrooper. Hitting on a 9 plus. And it's exactly a 9, 10 points of damage, taking the heavy stormtrooper out of commission. Feels like the tide is beginning to turn for the Sand People. The Empire still has plenty of people left to activate. Let's activate this heavy trooper here, turn him like this, and take a shot off onto the Bantha. 12 plus is enough to take out that Bantha. Here we go. And it's an 80. Misses. He misses. Second activation. Let's turn around this stormtrooper, have him charge into the Bantha, holding him in place there, taking an attack. 14. No, misses with a 5. Back to the Sand People now. This is like in episode 1. We got our snipers up here just taking pot shots the whole time on the pod racers. We're going to shoot down here onto this heavy stormtrooper. And they ignore cover and get a +4 because they haven't moved. First one, needing to show a 9 to do 20 points of damage and take him out. Critical miss. Second shot now, also a 9, and it's a 12, 20 points of damage. Heavy Stormtrooper is gone. And with that, all of the Empire's big guns are gone. All that is left now is General Veers and 7 Stormtroopers. Let's go ahead and activate these 2 Stormtroopers and charge them into the Bantha. 14s to hit. First one, 16, 10 points of damage, bringing this guy down to 10. Last one, 14, 19! So that is 20 points of damage, bringing this one down to 0 hit points. And the last Bantha is taken off of the battlefield. This is absolutely crazy. I really don't know how this is going to end. It could go either way at this point. Sand people activating. Let's have our last Tuskan Raider over here charge into this guy in his rear. 11 plus for the kill. 2. No, he misses. Marauder speeder bike here is going to fly over here and get some cover right here, taking a shot off onto the general. Hitting on an 11, 20, critical hit, double damage, 20 points of damage, bringing Veers down to 50. And all the remaining activations now are going to be the Stormtroopers and General Veers. First Stormtrooper here, hitting on a 9 on here, 12, that's 10 points of damage. Second one, also taking a shot. 14, 10 points of damage in the last one, taking a shot as well. 16, so that's 30 points of damage, and that takes our Marauder out of commission. And for his activation, General Veers is going to turn right here and charge into that sand person there, attacking. Needing to show a 7, and it's a 3, a miss. End of that round, still a close game. We have 1, 2, 3 snipers, 1 Tusken Raider. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative to see who's going to finish this game off. And it's going to be 15 to the Empire. First off, General Veers attacking the Tusken Raider, needing a 7. And it's a 9. Yes, 10 points of damage, taking him out of commission. Next off, let's have this Stormtrooper charge 6 inches in the direction of that Tusken Raider, and we're going to take a shot. Tusken Raider's in cover, so we need to show a 13. 14! 10 points of damage, taking him out. Tusken Snipers coming back here, shooting onto this Stormtrooper, and we need to show a 9. It's a 5. First one misses. Second one, we're going to take another shot here as well. 7, both missing. That's it for the Tusken Raiders now, so all the rest of the activations are going to be Empire. They're going to get a lot of shots off here. Activating here, moving 6 inches, and taking a shot on the Tusken Raider to 13 to hit. 10, that's a miss. Next guy, also moving and shooting. And a 3 is a miss. And a critical 1 miss. Let's just keep moving down the line with these 3 right here. Another critical 1. And a 19 that's going to hit. And a 10, that one misses as well. Initiative roll for the final round. Initiative goes to the Empire, a 3 to a 1. What a fitting way for the Fringe to finish their game with a critical 1. Let's activate 2 troopers at once, charging 6 inches and shooting. A 13 will do it. And it's a 10 on the first one. And a 13 on the second one. So the shot finally goes through, meeting the Tusken Raider, knocking off the final of the ambushers. And with that final kill, General Veers now comes back with his stormtroopers, and they are able to take the Beskar medal and load it back into the bunker while they wait for another AT-ST transport to come and pick it up. Well, there you have it, folks. A really close game and a really exciting game. It came down right to the end. The Stormtroopers, however, had the sheer numbers to overwhelm the remaining Tusken Raiders, and they were thereby able to claim the victory. Well, thank you for joining us here today for this game of Star Wars miniatures at Grey Army Gaming, for the future of gaming.